In the sleepy town of Harmony Springs, life was as predictable as the sunrise. That is, until the day a peculiar carnival rolled into town, its arrival shrouded in an eerie silence and an air of mystery. The carnival was unlike any the townsfolk had ever seen. Its rides were unlike any others. The Ferris wheel spun with a mind of its own, its gondolas swinging wildly and its lights flickering with an unnatural intensity. The carousel's horses galloped at a breakneck pace, their painted eyes seeming to follow the riders with a predatory gleam. And the funhouse, with its twisted corridors and disorienting mirrors, seemed to swallow those who entered whole, spitting them out hours later, pale and shaken. As the days turned into weeks, the carnival's influence began to seep into the town. The once tranquil Harmony Springs was now plagued by a series of bizarre events. Children's toys came to life, dancing and laughing in the dead of night. The town's beloved dog, Sparky, disappeared without a trace, only to be found days later, perched atop the Ferris wheel, his bark echoing through the night. The townsfolk grew increasingly uneasy, their suspicions falling upon the peculiar carnival. They whispered of strange symbols etched into the carnival's tents, of shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the midway, and of a chilling melody that could be heard echoing from the depths of the funhouse, a melody that seemed to seep into their very souls, filling them with a sense of dread. One night, a group of brave souls decided to venture into the heart of the carnival, determined to uncover the truth behind its bizarre happenings. They crept through the deserted midway, their hearts pounding in their chests. As they approached the funhousie, the melody grew louder, its haunting tune swirling around them like a malevolent fog. Inside the funhouse, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with the same cryptic symbols they had seen elsewhere in the carnival. In the center of the chamber stood a lone figure, cloaked in darkness, their face obscured by a hooded mask. The figure turned towards them, and the melody reached its crescendo, filling the chamber with an oppressive silence. The figure raised their hand, and the carnival's ride sprang to life, their movements becoming more erratic and dangerous. The Ferris wheel spun faster, its gondolas threatening to fly off into the night. The carousel's horses reared and whinnied, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. And the funhouse's walls began to shift and change, creating a labyrinthine maze that seemed to trap the townsfolk within its depths. Just as all hope seemed lost, a young woman named Lily stepped forward. She had always felt a strange connection to the carnival, an inexplicable pull that drew her closer. As she faced the hooded figure, she felt a surge of power coursing through her veins, a power that seemed to resonate with the carnival's own. Lily raised her voice, and the carnival's melody faltered, replaced by a song of her own, a song of harmony and hope. The rides slowed their movements, their lights flickering and fading. The hooded figure recoiled, their form shimmering and dissolving into the shadows. As the last vestiges of the hooded figure vanished, the carnival's influence over the town began to wane. The rides fell silent, their movement returning to their normal, cheerful pace. The funhouse's walls straightened, and the melody that had haunted the town faded into the silence of the night. With the carnival's power broken, the townsfolk were finally free. They emerged from the funhouse, their faces pale, but their spirits lifted. They had faced their fears and emerged stronger, their bond as a community solidified by the strange events that had befallen their town. And as the sun rose over Harmony Springs, the peculiar carnival vanished without a trace, leaving behind only the memories of its bizarre influence and the lingering melody that echoed in the hearts of those who had dared to venture into its depths.